everybody. This is Patrick with Kifaru again. I'm going to talk about our gun bearing systems. This is what they're all about. The principle is to carry a rifle hands-free, very securely, can't fall off your shoulder, and all of the weight is on the belt of your pack. And also, it's probably the speediest method in the world. This is my old Model 600 350 Remington Magnum. It's kind of a cult rifle nowadays, and I did a little extra work on it. But let's see how fast we can make it shoot. Okay, that's how fast you can mount the rifle when carried in the gun bearer, and it's just about as fast as carrying it in your hands, but the whole idea is it's hands-free. Now let's talk about the elements to make it possible to do that. Right down here we have a basket. We're going to drop the buttstock in, and up here we have a latching system. Maggie, if you wanted to show a close-up on this, consisting of a camlock buckle and webbing that wraps around the rifle, and we'll show you where. And this is for protecting the rifle from the back of the buckle. So we're going to put this in here like this, wrap the strap under the scope. This end goes, and I'm holding this pad down with that finger, and I've done this 50,000 times, so it's just natural for me to do this. I can do it probably at a trot in the dark. Twist the rifle when you're all tight. Make sure this is on the bottom, not on the sides, and then your rifle will come out straight up and down. Make sure of a few things. If you want to use this rifle and not have this interfere with your hat, you can control the forward tilt by how far back you place the basket, and we'll show some details on that later, and by where the upper latch is located, because it will slide up and down on the shoulder strap, and I have it in the perfect place right now, the basket and this, for the rifle to be about that tilt. Please notice that I can wear a big cowboy hat with this, and I'm not going to bump the barrel. If you want this a little more upright, move the fore-end latch up and this forward on the waist belt, and you can get a more upright positioning. Some mistakes people make are wearing the sternum strap too tight, and look what happens. Here's how you solve that. You just use the sternum strap almost loose, and then this will not be in front of your face. Okay, we talked about how to redo it. I'm going to do a slow motion now of the process of mounting the rifle from the gun bearer. Let's say that I see my elk. He's right out there. I pop the gate on the camlock fore-end gripper. The rifle just falls into my hands, comes right out of the buttstock cradle, and it's ready to fire. Alright, we've got two kinds of gun bearers. The kind that go with our Kifaru backpacks. This is my Spike Camp. It's got the hunting version of gun bearer mounted onto this 1.5 inch stringer webbing here. It's mounted just in the right place for the tilt that I'm looking for. Please notice that you install it like this. You drop this down through the 1.5 inch webbing, which has Velcro on the inside that meets with the Velcro on this spatula, we call it. Run this down to where the 1.5-inch webbing on the waist belt is crammed into that notch right there, and then close this over that, and it'll be positioned there. You want a real secure latch. Then drop the cradle down. There's a pad to protect your buttstock from that buckle, and that's the hunting version. The upper part runs through this 3-bar slider right here on all of our shoulder straps. The little tab there that just laces through there. And the point I'm trying to make about the dedicated to our pack system is that it is locked in place. This, because the Velcro can't slip back and forth, thusly this right here can't slip back and forth up and down on your shoulder strap. It's a dedicated system. The universal system is a little different. We do have system that'll go on any backpack that has shoulder straps and a waist belt. In contrast to this locked in place version with the dedicated Kifaru system, obviously this just wraps around your upper shoulder, the shoulder strap. And from there, the cam lock buckle, protecting pad, everything else is identical to what you've just seen. It's just that this is tightly wrapped around the shoulder strap of Brand X backpack to provide this function. The lower function, much the same. There's the cradle, the buckle. Incidentally, the cradle will go up and down. I forgot to mention that. For really long rifles, you can lower the buttstock so that the barrel is not sticking up in the sky. All right. This, however, wraps around the waist belt, just as the upper part velcros around the shoulder strap. The lower section velcros, wraps around the pack waist belt. And this one is the long version for a double wrapping around a wide waist belt, like we tend to build, pretty wide waist belts. That's for securing on a wide top to bottom waist belt. The short version is for wrapping around just a 2-inch webbing belt, just a very small top to bottom waist belt, like 2-inch webbing belts. This component is for wrapping around shorter top to bottom objects like that. Okay, so we've talked about universal. We've talked about the hunting gun bearing system. In our next tape, we'll talk about military gun bearer system, because it mounts it a little differently. Cut.
Okay.
Well, we find that we failed to mention in the tape we just shot on gun bearers, we failed to mention the cartridge pouch. So before we move on to military gun bearers, let's talk about the cartridge pouch, which is universal to, that's the Brand X system and our dedicated systems. And I'll show you how it works. Hook it on to the outside of the buttstock cradle, like this. Very simple to do, and it'll ride right there. And there's your ammunition, always and forever. Pop it open, and there's 2 rows. I don't carry much ammunition. This will carry 12 rounds, 6 at the top, 6 at the bottom. I only carry 6 rounds, and so there's your ammunition, right at your, literally at your hip. And so, cartridge pouch, and that, I believe, concludes this session, which we're in. Again, we talked about the Brand X pack, any backpack, universal gun bearer system, and the hunting gun bearer system that's dedicated to our packs. And in another session, we will talk about military combat gun bearer systems.